Hello, my name is Yoon Lee, and I am deaf. Today, I will share my experiences growing up and the different events that have happened in my life. I was born in Seoul, Korea, and when I was about 10 years old, I moved to America. When I arrived in LA, I was shocked at how different life was from Korea. I was born in 1964, and at the time, Korea was depleted and struggling to build itself back up from the Korean War that ended just 10 years before. So, when I left and moved to America, I was shocked at how nice and new everything in the country was. I started learning ASL in my first year of going to mainstream school. Before that, I never knew sign, and I relied on speaking to communicate. As I continued to learn ASL, my signing improved and I became fluent. During this time, I was given my name sign, which looks like a Y next to your I. This is now an outdated sign. So, for context, in 1970, 1975-ish, Asian countries were all signed next to the I's, like Korea, Japan, China, and also Vietnam. All of these countries were signed with the first letter next to your I's. Those signs are now changed and outdated, but I'm still stuck with my name sign. Although it's outdated, the sign has been used my whole life, and I've grown to be fine with it and accept it. When I graduated high school, I was debating on whether I should go to CSUN or Gallaudet, but I decided to go to CSUN. But going back a little bit, I remember before graduating during my sophomore year of high school, I remember going to YLC, Youth Leadership Camp in Minnesota. I flew to the camp and stayed for about 2 to 3 weeks, and I met new people and had experiences that I've kept with me my whole life. So, when I graduated high school and went to CSUN and saw how heavily oralism and speaking was used, I thought back to YLC and seriously considered transferring and going to Gallaudet instead. I was really unsure if I should go or not, so I met with Dr. Larry Fisher and asked him if I should go to Gallaudet, and he said yes, absolutely go. So I left CSUN and was admitted to Gallaudet in the fall of 1987 and worked in photography. In March 1988, during the spring semester, there was a huge campus protest that closed the school for an entire week. I didn't know much about the protest at the time, but I was given a pass to film and take pictures for it. For that entire week, every day and night, I was documenting and filming the entire protest. Through this, I finally understood that the protest was about the demand for deaf rights and answering to deaf needs. The pictures I took during the week-long protest got published in the book, The Week the World Heard Gallaudet. That book tells the story about the protest and my pictures are placed throughout it. During that summer, my girlfriend Kelly and I got into a really bad car crash. My girlfriend sadly passed from the accident, and it left me in the hospital for 3 months until I slowly regained my health, but I was left paralyzed from the chest down. After the accident, I was thinking about what I should do next and decided to continue at Gallaudet and major in TV film production. I also joined the school yearbook, Tower Clock, and worked on the 1990 book. During this time, I also met my now wife who worked in yearbook, and we fell in love. We stayed together and got married, and we've now been married for 32 years. Her major was biology and mine was TV. When I graduated, I ended up working as a teacher's aide for 1 year at the Maryland School for the Deaf. I didn't really like it, so I moved back to California and worked at Dawn Sign Press, DSP, for 4 years and filmed all different types of videos for the company. We drove to Canada, traveled to Spain, and went to many other different places around the world, and I really enjoyed traveling and experiencing all these different countries. After I worked at DSP, I joined CSD, Communication Service for the Deaf, and worked in South Dakota for 2 years. My experience at the Communication Service made me want to establish a deaf CNN news show, so I researched, planned, budgeted, and was prepared to start production, but it got cut last minute because there wasn't enough funding. The production was dropped, and I decided to move back to California and became a TV film teacher at the Riverside School for the Deaf for 10 years. Over those years, we filmed about 30 short films with the students on campus. I really enjoyed filming the different films and had a lot of fun teaching at that school. Now in the present, I look forward to retiring, and I really enjoy traveling, filming, and gaining new experiences, so I enjoy looking back on my life and reminiscing on everything I've accomplished. Thank you for watching!